Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all enjoying your snack. So I'm Lucille Monsalan and I'll be the MC for today. Welcome to Pinoy Biotek Seminar, Stock Enhancement of Blue Swimming Crab. This activity aims to provide a venue to inform stakeholders of the potential and opportunities of improved hatchery protocol for stock enhancement of blue swimming crab. This activity also aims to use various strategies and modalities to raise awareness of the general public on the impact of improved hatchery protocol for stock enhancement of blue swimming crab. This activity also aims to motivate further research and development of the technology. So for our participants via Zoom, we have house rules that we need you to follow. First, we highly encourage our audience to engage during the open forum. Please do not wait until the end of the segment to raise your concerns. For proper flow of the program, Zoom attendees are requested to keep their microphones on mute unless notified or requested. All questions will be addressed during the open forum. The online audience is requested to post your questions using the chat box. Please accomplish the online evaluation form to receive your certificate via email after the event. The link and QR code to the evaluation form will be flashed at the end of the symposium. So to start off our event, I would like to invite the OIC Regional Director of Before 7 to give an opening remark. Let's welcome Mr. Mario Ruinata, who will be joining us via Zoom.
Okay. So, good morning to all who are attending this activity, Pinoy Biotek Seminar on stock enhancement of blue swimming crab. So this is a blended activity. So we have attendees physically and those who are also attending virtually. Okay, blue swimming crab or alimasag in Tagalog and lambay in Cebuano is one of the commercially important species in the Philippines. The Philippines is the fourth largest producer of crab in global export and the second largest exporter to the US with a value of $93 million in 2022. Region 7 is the sixth largest producer of crabs in the Philippines, and out of 53 picking stations areas in the country, 25 are located in the Visayas, and it generated 20,000 jobs in I think in 2022. And blue swimming crab became one of the most important fisheries commodity starting in the 1990s, driven by the increasing demand of pasteurized crab meat in the international market. Since then, the resource has been in constant fishing pressure, and stock enhancement data showed a decreasing trend of the stocks. The continued decrease of blue swimming crab has necessitated an urgent need in managing and enhancing its stock population. We started our project on the hatchery production of blue swimming crab in 2017 in collaboration with the Philippine Association of Crab Producers Incorporated, or PACP. And we produced and released about 2 million in the Nahon Bank in I think in 2017, yeah, and in 2021 we were able to release 500,000 plus in President Garcia and Ubay Bohol, and this is already the project that we had with the DA Biotech. Based on our study, we got the highest survival of 19 to 20% or an average of 15%, higher than the published studies in the Philippines of 9 to 10%. And we were able to lower down the cost by 40% from the cost of 2.1 pesos per piece to 1.50 centavos per piece. We still have a lot to do, especially on the science-based evidence that what we really harvested are those released stocks from the hatchery. Though based on our initial study, the cost per unit effort showed a stable trend after 1 year of release of the stock in those released areas. Today, we are privileged to share the result of our study, especially on the hatchery technology, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Biotech for funding this initiative. And we're really looking forward for a very productive day ahead of us. Once again, maayong buntag or good morning to one and all.
Thank you, Mr. Mario, for sharing the background story of your project. So next, we would like to call the opening director of, the executive director of ISAAA Inc. to give another opening remark. Let's all welcome Dr. Rodora Romero Altamira.
Good morning po, maayong buntag. Maayong buntag po sa inyong lahat, sa inyong tanan. No, diba? Tagalog ba? Do we have foreign participants? Okay. Because we don't know po, once we have started to engage in the Philippines, we learned that even international community or international participants attend our webinar. So I'd just like to greet everyone in English for those who have joined us through Zoom. So the International Service for the Acquisition of Agri-Biotech Applications, and that is ISAAA po. ISAAA Incorporated. We are based at the International Rice Research Institute in Los Baños, Laguna. One of our projects with the Department of Agriculture Biotech Program Office is to promote the technologies developed by our scientists. And we're very happy that in the fisheries section, we have a lot of scientists who we can feature. So we have many ways of featuring them. One is through the webinar or through hybrid engagement such as this. We also have yung Pinoy Biotek magazine. Nakita niyo po ba yung Pinoy Biotek magazine? Yung po yung una, that's the first publication or that's the first magazine that we have launched just last Monday. So nandun po yung ibang mga technologies na galing sa Pilipinas. And pangalawa po, meron po kaming radio interviews sa ating mga scientists. Kaya po mai-interview po natin either one of our speakers today, and then marami po tayong mga write-ups na kung kayo po ay merong internet o meron kayong account sa sa internet, so meron po kaming biotech update, which is an annual a weekly newsletter. Every Wednesday po dumadating sa inyong inbox sa inyong pong account. So, ang Fisheries ay ang ISAAA po, katulad ng mga nasa ating gobyerno ay nagtutulungan para magkaroon ng advocacy on biotechnology. Kaya po, kung meron tayo dito, meron din po sila katulad po ng Fisheries, katulad po ng Biotech Coalition of the Philippines. Marami pa po iba na nagtutulong-tulong kami para po ma-harness ng ating mga farmers ang mga technologies that we have not only sa Pilipinas, kundi yung pong sa ibang bansa. Ngayon pong araw na to, yun nga yung sinabi ni Lucille, ang ating pong objective ay maipalaganap o ma-inform not only yung ating mga LGUs na nandito, kundi yung pong mga guests natin sa hybrid. So do we have any foreigners? Do you want to check? Okay. Now, I would like to highlight that at the end of the program, we want to know your thoughts. Kaya po, meron po kaming mga evaluation forms, evaluation survey forms na nandyan. At yun din po ang magiging ticket nyo para magkaroon kayo ng certificate na kayo po ay nag-undergo nitong forum na ito. Ang ISAAA po ay marami ang mga ginagawang mga activities. Makikita niyo po ito sa ISAAA website, isaaa.org. Pwede niyo pong i-download dyan for free. Nandyan po lahat yung ibang materials namin na nadala namin na print out. Meron pong translated into Visayan language, Visayas. Pwede din po yung i-distribute sa inyong mga friends, sa inyong mga anak na iisip na kumuha ng biotechnology sa kanilang mga courses. May nalimutan pa ba akong sabihin? So with that po, I would like to welcome everyone at sana po ay magkaroon tayo ng magandang pag-aaral, magandang pakikinig para po sa pag-uwi natin, ma-share natin yung ating mga kaalaman. Thank you so much po and welcome.
Thank you, Ma'am Ola. So next, I would like to call the Municipal Agriculture Officer of LGU Bantayan, Mr. Alex Fernandez, to give us a welcome message.
May buntag na itong tanan, no? Kaning meeting, gwapo kani sa venue, kay daghan kay bagong technology nga kita mismo wa kibawa. Karon na nadatay in vitro nga seaweed nga medyo resistant sa mga sakit sa seaweed like ice. Unya nanatay katong 5 days crab hatchery. Unya recently mag-uras sa inauguration sa atong multi-species hatchery. Usani siya sa kinadakan hatchery sa Philippines, unya semi-operational. Pretty soon, with the help of BFAR-7, makaproduce na ta-crablets. Dili lang katong gagmay, medyo dagko na dyan para sa itong conservation purposes. Kaya ang problema sa itong isla, well-known na kayo ta for marine products. Unfortunately, na over-harvested na sa marine products, niya nag-isog tao, pangitag pamahagi, nga mo restock. So with the help of biotech and other government agencies, hopefully matabangan ta, aron ang atong panigabuhian, dili maputol. Di na panilugayon kami sa taas ng adlaw. Magpasalamat ko ninyo nga ni hatag mo panahon. Pag-anhingan ni, may buntag na itong tanan.
So we will now start with our first topic, the market potential of blue swimming crabs. So our speaker is Ms. Libet Rodriguez, who is the Program Director and Fisheries Improvement Project Manager at the Philippine Association of Crab Processors Incorporated. Her work promotes responsible fishing and sustainability of blue swimming crab resources through partnerships between private, government, community, and academia. She advocates for the blue economy, emphasizing eco-friendly aquaculture, ecotourism, and other initiatives that conserve marine resources and support fishers' livelihoods. She also believes in the citizen science principle that raising awareness in the coastal community on resource protection and community-based coastal monitoring and management will create a responsible fishing community. Ms. Rodriguez holds an MSc in Fisheries Aquaculture and a BSc in Biology, Marine Biology from Visayas State University, with a decade of research experience at the different institutes of the University of the Philippines. Her work has included studies on marine protected areas and marine phytoplankton for various programs. Let's all welcome Ms. Libet. Okay. So, may buntag sa tanan. So, murag daghan-daghan ang nangaten karon no, milagro. So, kinsay taga Bantayan jud mismo, kamo tanan, di ba? Bantayan. Ang BFAR sa hatchery, duha. Uy, mga bagong tupig. So, welcome. So, this seminar is mag-discuss mi sa inyo ha kung unsa ang mga technology or unsa na among mga nahimo sa hatchery. It started sa hatchery. Okay. It started the hatchery in Bohol. Pero this time, because we already have the multi-species hatchery in Bantayan, so maybe we will have a BSC also in Bantayan under BFAR. So, natasan po ako mag-present ng market potential of blue swimming crab. So, I'll be presenting the global market trends, the sustainability trends of the seafood industry in general. So, next mo na lang. Okay. So, sino po yung kumakain ng kasag, alimasag? Sino may allergy? Ako, allergy ako sa konti lang. Next po. So, halos lahat ng tao, dependent po tayo. We are dependent on seafood product as our main diet. Kasi nga, lalo na dito sa Philippines, especially in the Philippines, we are an archipelagic country, no? So, wherever we are, merong dagat. And then, most of the people from the coastal communities depend on the harvest from the sea. So, gaano ba ka-importante ang BSA resources dito sa Pilipinas? So, in Region 6, it provides 10,000 livelihood for 10,000 workers. I mean, 10,000 workers, livelihood sa 10,000 workers. And then at the same time, it acts as the food for everyone. Also, malaki po ang exportation ng ating kasag, which will help us sa ating ekonomiya. So, if one industry, sorry. Okay po, ang laki kasi ng likod ko. So, it's one of the, okay. So, it's one of the biggest export products ng Pilipinas. So, ano ba ang product flow ng ating supply chain dito sa Philippines? Or how do we process our crab meat before it will be exported outside of the country? So, first po, the fishers will harvest the fresh crab. So, ito po yung nagiging raw crab. And then, it will be transported doon sa landing site. And then, cooked. And then, picked sa picking station. So, meron po tayong dalawang merkado. We have two markets. The local market and then the international market. So, most of the processed crab ay pinapadala po sa international market natin. Pero meron din tayong merkado doon sa local areas. Pero konti lang po. Kasi our crab meat is tagged as a luxury item. So alam niyo naman yung luxury item, no? So mahal siya, in short. Mahal siya. So nag-try akong bumili. I tried to buy 1 can of the meat, crab meat. Ang mahal, 1.5. 450 grams. Oh. So, hindi na lang tayo kakain sa raw crab na lang. Doon na lang tayo sa hindi pa na-process. So, for the consumption ng local suppliers or local consumers, kumakain din. May mga like SM, may mga department store or grocery na bumibenta din dito. For international, mostly it's pasteurized can and then meron pong mga value added na mga packs. So, these are the main imports of our products. So, ito yung mga countries na bumibili ng ating product. So, meron tayong mostly from America, from Europe, Asia, and then Southeast Asia, dun sa may Indonesia, sa Japan, sa Korea. So, meron tayong malaking merkado sa ating crab meat. So, and we're one of the top na producing for the blue crab. So, although, etong mga tag na to ay avoid mostly kasi hindi pa natin na-prove na we have the sustainable industry pa. Kaya meron tayong mga projects to attain those green or good alternatives. So this is the global market of the blue crab. As you can see, from 2017, it is estimated to increase around 3.05% from 2017 to 2027. Also, yung CAGR niya, CAGR means the average gross na income per year ay umaabot ng 3.15%. Or estimated aabot ng 2.88 billion US dollars ang growth niya from 2022 up to 2027. So, is 2.88 billion big or small? Kung i-convert niyo dun sa peso, ang laki-laki na niya, pwede na tayong maging mayaman na bansa, di ba? Magkano bang utang ng ating Pilipinas? So, kahit isang industriya lang ng seafood, ay pwede tayong makabayad. Pero ewan na lang bakit. So, this is the growth rate by region from 2022 to 2027. So, makita nyo, the low areas or the light blue signifies the low. So, wala masyadong demand doon sa area. So, itong pinaka-dark na blue, ito yung pinaka-high demand. So, it's located within Canada and America. And then, doon sa Asian countries like China. Until doon sa south, sa may Indonesia. So, eto, let's focus on our US market. Kasi ito yung pinakamalaking merkado ng Philippine crab meat. So, as you can see, from 2018 to 2020, 2021, may increase po na demand of 16%. So, magkano ba yung 16%? Kung makikita niyo sa gilid, millions of pounds. So, milyon-milyong ton ang ating production. Tapos, nag-increase pa siya ng 16%. So, punta tayo sa sustainable seafood. So, bakit kailangan natin merong sustainable seafood? So, merong trend, sa global trend natin, ang sustainable seafood. Kasi, sustainable seafood would help the livelihood or will help the industry to be sustainable. So, anong ibig sabihin ng sustainable? So, sustainable means na hindi tayo nauubusan. Kaya, dapat meron tayong change of behavior, of attitude on the way we fish para meron tayong sustainable market and then the industry. So, what are the key drivers of the sustainability market? So, the key drivers is the natural disaster, climate change, tapos mga overfishing. Ang major cause ng overfishing is overpopulation. So, kung maraming tao, maraming demand, maraming kakain. So, overfishing. And then at the same time, of course, hindi mawawala ang politics. No? Hindi mawawala kahit anong gawin. So, dun sa shock cost, ito yung magiging result ng production kapag merong climate change, may mga pumipigil sa ating mga resources na maging sustainable, ang production natin ay bumababa. It's decreasing over time. So what will happen if the production will decrease over time? So meron tayong impact shock. So mag-change ng import. Imbis na kasag ang i-import, kung ano yung available na pwedeng i-import, yun yung magiging import na naman for the next few years. So that's very important na maging sustainable. So ano ba yung merkado ng sustainable seafood? So as you can see, sustainable seafood market globally is increasing by 9% from 2021 to 2030. So what does this mean sa atin, sa Pilipinas? Kapag ang Philippines, hindi tayo nakamit or nakakomply ng sustainable requirements sa global market, imbis na mag-increase tayo ng value ng ating economy, which is estimated now $25.36 billion. Global po siya. So baka kahit 1 billion lang sa atin, carry na, no? 1 billion na sa atin, okay na. But then, the problem, kung hindi natin ma-comply, if we don't comply to those kind of requirements ng market natin internationally, wala tayong 1 billion. Utang lang tayo ng utang. Wala tayong pambayad. So, eto yung picture. Kasi may tinatawag na business as usual and then more sustainable 2030. So, ano po yung difference? What are the difference of this picture sa business as usual and then the difference of more sustainable? Okay. So, hindi na ako magtatawag ng audience. So, kung makikita nyo, out of stock sa business as usual. Tapos, meron tayong mga food waste. Tapos, hindi, yung mga nakapangalan dito, nakikita nyo Fish Inc. Generic po yung ano niya. Kung sinong nag-supply, generic lang po. For example, ang nag-supply nito ay Bantayan. Hindi po nakikita. We cannot see that it came from Bantayan or it came from Negros. So, ganun po ang business as usual. So, out of stock ang tuna. Kasi tuna is the top 1 export product ng Philippines. So, the difference ng more sustainable is nakatag po. Nakatag po yung yung pangalan kung saan talaga ang source. Next is traceable po siya. Sino bang gumagamit ng GCash? Meron GCash lahat? Wala mang GCash, magbibigay sana ako. So, for reuse. So, kung makikita nyo, merong for reuse. So, lahat ng mga waste products, pwede siyang ma-reuse into another product. So, magiging additional cost or income siya for the fishers. So, eto ang pinaka-obvious. Yung business as usual, at then yung sustainable 2030, the difference, the very big difference is meron na siyang babae. No? So, the difference between business as usual, kasi meron siyang business, continuous ang business niya, pero hindi lumalaki. Sakto lang, it's enough for the business or the income from his business is enough to feed himself. Pero dahil sustainable yung niya, yung income at continuous tapos progressive, nakakapagbuhay na siya ng family kaya may love life na siya. Ganun ang difference. Diba tama? Kaya kung na-notice nyo, if you notice, this generation, lalo sa generation ko, hindi pa kami nagkakaanak dahil wala kaming pera. Hindi sustainable pa ang mga income namin. So, ito lang, pinaka-basic na So, ano bang economic importance ng kasal sa market natin? So, ito yung sabi kanina ni Director Mario, ito yung top 4 ng ating bansa ng export. And then, second po yung Philippines na nagsusupply ng export sa US. So, we supply 14% of the imported crab meat ng US. So, we generated 93 million pesos. So, kayo na lang po mag-time. Dollars po yun. So, saan ba usually kinukuha ang ating kasal? Saan ba kinukuha ang major fishing ground? So, kung makikita nyo, ito yung mapa ng Pilipinas. It's harvested mostly in Visayan Sea. Alam naman natin yung Visayan Sea, no? So, Visayan Sea is composed of regions 5, 6, and 7. So, 40% ng ating kuha of the kasal is from the Visayan Sea. So, Dahil nung pinakita ko kanina na i-increase at i-increase ang demand, di ba? Bababa din ang ating supply. So, ito ang figure ng catch per unit effort dito sa Visayan Sea. So, from 1991 to 2017, bumaba po siya. So, what the Philippines did, what the government did, is niregulate ang conservation of blue swimming crab. So, meron tayong tinatawag na Blue Swimming Crab National Management Plan. And then, we also tried to comply dun sa international certifying organization. Ano ba ang benefit if we have this tag on our product? So, the benefit of this is priority po tayo makapasok ng iba't ibang countries. Kung naalala nyo, if you remember, last year, di ba nag-close ang market ng US? So, the only countries na naka-import nung time na yun ay yung may mga tag na sa Australia, yung mga ganyan. Dahil wala tayong ganitong tag, ibig sabihin, hindi tayo papapasukin. We are not welcome to those markets. So, if we have this tag, it would be easier and mas bigger ang maging market natin. And then at the same time, ang benefit to have this kind of tag is that hindi na, di ba, if you notice, dun sa pag-buy and sell natin ng product, medyo nagkakagulo pa dun kung magkano ang presyo, ganyan. So, imbis na ang importers ang sasabi kung magkano ang presyo, pwede na tayong mag-demand kung ano ang presyo na dapat dito. So, following the MSC, the Marine Stewardship Council Sustainability Framework, meron tayong different activities for sustainable fish stock and then to minimize environmental impact, especially on the ecosystem, the outcome, the management, and then the information. So, of course, effective management is the major na nakakatulong na maging sustainable ang ating resources. So, let's focus on the sustainable fish stock kasi we're talking about biotechnology. So, let's just focus for now sa stock rebuilding. So, ito yung mga nakuha kong review of literature kung saan ba ang mga locations or where are the locations of the stock enhancement. Hindi lang sa blue crab but generally the crab. So stock enhancement is made for the areas na nagdi-decrease na yung production nila. And then at the same time, those kind of areas are trying to strengthen their governance and regulations and management of the resources. Kaya nakakatulong ang stock enhancement. So, in partnership with BFAR and then the Philippine Agriculture Fisheries Biotechnology Program, together with us, of course, PACD, we have conducted or we have established a hatchery in Ubay, pero nasira lang po siya dahil sa bagyo. We have conducted and then we have dispersed over 500,000 instar during the activity or during the research of the technology development, and then the average production per run, ang per run po ay 30 days to 35 days, which is 55 to 60,000 ang nare-release namin na instar per production. So the average survival rate from the egg towards the end of the dispersal is more than 15% po. So, yun lang po ang naatakan kong i-present. And then I will leave it the whole details of the technology for Sir Randy. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Libet, for sharing about the crab industry. So we will now proceed with the technology itself, the improved hatchery protocol for stock enhancement of blue swimming crabs. which will be discussed by Mr. Conrado Toston. He is the OIC of the Central Bangus Hatchery of before 7. Mr. Toston is a distinguished and dedicated individual with a profound commitment to his professional pursuit. He is born on April 22, 1966 in Bohol, and he possesses extensive experience and expertise in fisheries production and hatchery operations for more than 30 years. Mr. Conrado's educational journey started in Bohol School of Fisheries, where he graduated in 1987 with a degree in BS Fishery Education, specializing in inland fisheries. Additionally, he pursued further academic development by earning units towards a master's in public administration at the Bohol Institute of Technology International College. His career is marked by a diverse skill set, from intense training and substantial experience, particularly in fisheries, with a focus on hatchery operations and production. Mr. Toston's unwavering dedication to excellence and continuous learning underscores his professional and academic endeavors, making him a notable figure in his field. Let's all welcome Mr. Toston.
Once again, good morning, everyone, and all of attending participants here. And maybe we have viewers online. Good morning. So, I would like to present to you the technology guide on blue swimming crab hatchery. And this is a research study conducted in Bohol in partnership with Before 7, Pinoy Biotek and Aquatic. So this study focuses on the improved hatchery protocols, purposely to improve hatchery production of blue swimming crab. So more production means lower cost of crablets per piece. Okay, let's go. Oh, I did that. This is the outline of my presentation. We have the background, the broodstock preparation, spawning and larval rearing, water parameters, feeding, harvesting, requirements per cycle. So, dito ang action. Dito nangyari ang action sa blue swimming crab hatchery. So for the background, the blue swimming crab, Portunus pelagicus, is a significant commercial species in the Philippines, ranking as fourth major fishery export product, as mentioned by Ma'am Libet kanina. So as food, livelihood, and for commercial export purposes. Then, due to increased demand, has led to overfishing and declining wild blue swimming crab population. So, ano na siya? Pakunti ng pakunti. Before, ang lalaki ng mga crabs. Kagabi yung kinain natin, ano yun, galing yun sa deep sea na yun. Hindi na yun dito sa, ano lang, parang diminishing na talaga siya. So, declining. So, to address this issue, an enhanced sustainable production, Before Region 7 conducted a research experiment to develop a technology guide for farming this valuable commodity. This guide addresses the limited knowledge of the reproductive biology, assessment method, optimal water conditions, and feeding frequency, aiming to support the responsible cultivation of blue swimming crabs. So, may share lang ako sa municipality lang namin sa Hitapi, Bohol, in one coastal barangay. Ang crab pot doon is almost 10,000. So, isa lang yun. Oh, mga sa Cebu City, mga investor sa Cebu City ang nagpinan just to have this kanang para marami ang crabs na ma-ship doon sa Cebu. So yan, so ano lang yan. Sa isa lang yung coastal municipality sa municipality of Hitapi. So that's why I'm happy with this initiative na meron tayong hatchery. Kasi araw-araw kuha lang tayo ng kuha. Harvest lang tayo ng harvest. Wala namang nag-restocking. Wala namang bumabalik sa dagat. This morning siguro, ang dami sigurong nakuha na crabs. Pero wala namang ni isang balik ng mga larvae or buti na lang nandito si Pakri na nag-receiving ng mga larvae ng crabs sa problem. Okay? So, broodstock preparation. Source live bedded crabs in the nearby landing areas or wet market. But before that, beforehand, the hatchery is being prepared. So, the tank is clean, sanitized, ready for this crab operation, crab hatchery operation. Then from the landing site of these crabs, because some of the crabs are still live ones, we sorted yung mga buried na, mga gravid. So, yun ang binili natin. But we are not advocating to sell those buried crabs. Yung mga may bihot. So, hindi tayo nag-advocate sa kanila. Mga fisher folk natin. Mga crab gatherers. Then, 300 to 500 grams buried crab, preferably with black, dark, red colored eggs. Yun ang bilhin natin doon. Then, dalhin natin sa hatchery. Then, disinfect broodstock using 3 ml formalin and 25 liters of seawater and soak for 30 minutes. So, disinfect muna natin siya so to avoid bacterial contamination. So after that, keep the crabs in 50-liter tank of filtered seawater with salinity between 27 and 35 ppt. So then we will maintain a temperature that should not fall 28 degrees centigrade. So ang temperature natin dito na maintain is 30 degrees. Yun ang optimal natin. So use only filtered seawater using a 5-micron filter bath during the entire rearing, following a 50% daily water change. Then disinfect seawater using 10 grams of chlorine and 25 grams of sodium thiosulfate per tank of filtered seawater to avoid bacterial and other pathogenic infestation. So yung sinabi dito, itong number 7 is the water being used in the hatchery. For example, in the reservoir tank, we will disinfect the water to be sure wala tayong mga to free from some bacteria. Because ang kalaban natin dito sa mga crustacean, I was in the shrimp hatchery also, ang kalaban dito, crab at saka shrimp is the bacteria. Yun ang main na kalaban. So then, spawning and larval rearing. So allow to naturally spawn in the tanks within 24 to 48 hours. After spawning, transfer the suya to the 10 tons capacity tanks with a stocking density of 250,000 per 8 tons of water. So if you notice, the tank is 10 tons, but the level of the water in the tank is only 8 tons. So yun. So, but before we transfer that to the tank, to the main tank, main larval rearing tank, of course, we clean the suya because after spawning, automatically suya naman na siya. So, suya na yan, mag-begin na siya sa kaniyang what you call that, yung development from suya megalopa until crablets. So we clean the larvae, we counted it, and then we stuck in the tank at a density of 250,000 per 8 tons of water. Then D1 to 10, so for example, nag-spawn siya kagabi, so D1 na siya ngayon. So from D1 to 10, D0 to 10, soya na yan. That is soya. So that is the activity. May mga action verb dyan. Daily water change at 30 to 40% every morning. Then siphon out excess feed larvae and other deposits in the tank bottom. Then pre-dealing, vigorous erosion is required in soya stages. So if you notice, vigorous erosion, so para to avoid clumping sa stocks. So after soya, we have the megalopa stage. Mag-molt na naman siya. So megalopa stage. Ang megalopa, that is P11 to 14. And this is the critical period. Sa soya, ano pa yan? Dami pa yan. Pag may 4 tons tayo, that means 1 million at 250,000. So million pa yan dyan. Soya 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, dito sa megalopa, dyan ang critical stage natin to 10 star. So, dito na makita natin ang final survival natin dyan. Survival. So, place a black mesh net 20 microns in the rearing tank as substrate. So, kailangan tayo ng substrate. We need substrate yung black net para doon sila kakapit. Then, repeat the stage in soya stage, pre-dealing, reduce erosion. So, reduce na tayo ng erosion dito kasi metamorphose na ito. O change na ito into crablets. The next day, mag-crablets na yan. So, next to megalopa is the N-star stage, D15 to 21. Repeat all the steps, yung feeding, erosion, at saka cleaning. Then, from D15 to 21, so mag-ano na yan siya, D15 to 21, 1.5 cm na yan. Yan. So after that, after N-star, there are apat ang N-star 1, 2, 3, 4. So, next to N-star is the crablet. Day 25 to 35. Ang activity dyan, since the water daily at 80% na, hindi na 50%. 80% in feed daily. So, water parameters. So, ito ang dapat nating we have to mind also these parameters because this is very important. For salinity, we have to maintain this salinity 28 to 35 parts per thousand. So for ammonia, 0.10 ppm parts per million. Ang temperature, we have to kung pwede lang sana, if possible, we have to maintain it at 30. So we have the clearance 25 to 32 degrees centigrade. So for nitrite, less than 0.05 ppm. So for ion concentration, pH, a pH of 7 to 8.5. That is optimal. For sulfide, less than 1 ppm. So for dissolved oxygen level, so we have to maintain at 5 to 8 milligrams. Kasi pag mag-deteriorate ang tubig sa loob ng tangke, bababa yan, yung dissolved oxygen. So for phosphate, less than 1 ppm. So may mga ano tayo dito, may mga gadgets tayo dito kung paano ito, paano nakuha namin. So for the details in the feeding procedure, this is our feed being used in the hatchery. We use this Japonicos, the one sold by PNX in Cebu. Mga artificial diet yan, powdered, that is 60% protein, 3.18 grams per 8 tons tank. That is 3 times a day. For rotifer, yung brachyunos natin, the brachyunos rotiforme, 17 individuals per ml. Now we have formula for that. So in the hatchery, how we came up with that 17. So 2 times a day. So for nanochloropsis, we use the green algae nanochloropsis. HP. So at 120 cells per ml, 2 times a day. So that is the algae nanochloropsis is used as water conditioner, water freshener, and for minimize sulfur content of water and improve yung panglaban ng sakit. To lower also the luminous bacteria content in the water. So for soya, day 5 to 9, so meron ng artemia, may artemia tayo. So 4 individuals per ml. So kailangan hindi siya lalampas diyan. Kasi ano na ang tubig, ma-deteriorate na, ma-polluted na siya. Of course, yung lahat ng yan, during water change, ma-minimize na ang ano dyan, ma-eliminate na during water change. Kasi mag-flow through tayo dyan. So then, to Megalopa, day 10 to 14, brine pellets, this is an Artemia derivative with the Vitellus. 14.7 per tank for itans for Artemia. The 10 to 14, 5 to 7 individuals per ml, 2 times a day. Pag mag-instar na siya, for successful na tayo, may instar na, so trust fish na ang pakain natin. At 200 grams per tank, per itan. Kaisa lang. So, trust fish at saka Artemia. Then, after that, crablets na. Trust fish. The same. So, 22 to 35. So, 1 a day. So, harvesting. The harvestable size is 1.5 to 2 cm. So at day 30, so magpusiin na yan siya, day 30. Upon harvest, water in the laboratory tank is reduced to 25% of its total capacity. So, baba natin ang tubig sa tangke. So, it's either partially save the droplets or through in the drain, ball valve. Collect droplets using nets or through the ball valve, then transfer them to a tank or a container with known water volume. So for harvesting, during packing and transport for these crablets, so 2 cm, we pack this at a density of 250 individuals per plastic. So requirements per cycle. So for manpower, monthly, the salary of the head technician is 14,500. Dalawang aid, 12,000 at saka 11,000. So total of 38,000 for the manpower. For the chemicals, we have 4,200 for sodium thiosulfate and chlorine. This sodium thiosulfate is used for as neutralizer for the chlorine. Then for feed, live, 25,800. So, mahal ang Artemia, 3,500 per ton. Imported yan. Then, for artificial, the Pinoy Biotek 1 kilogram at 950. Buried crabs, 600. At 300 per kilo. Other cost, electricity for 1 month, operation is 15,000. Piticas is 10,200. Grand total of 95,370 in 1 plant. So, duration 21 to 35 days. Average produce 55,000 crablet. Survival 15%. Estimated cost crablet. Estimated cost cost per piece is 1 peso and 74 centavos. So for PUA, we aim high for this project for PUA, but this initiative is not yet conclusive. So that's all for the details of this technology guide. Any question?
Thank you, Mr. Coston. So we will proceed with our last topic, the recommendations and possibilities for further research of the project, which will be discussed by Ms. Joan Garcia, who is the NSAP 7 project lead. Ms. Joan Garcia is a resource manager practicing in the field of marine biology and fisheries management with a decade-long journey at Before 7. Beginning in 2010 as the Enterprise Development Officer, she showcased her versatility in various roles within Before, particularly excelling in research and sciences. She is a dedicated advocate for sustainable development, advising both public and private entities in fishery and coastal projects. During her tenure, she conducted critical coastal assessments, developed sustainable livelihoods, and contributed significantly to sea cucumber and blue swimming crab aquaculture research. She actively engaged in scientific meetings and training workshops and other marine conservation initiatives. Currently serving as the project leader of the National Stock Assessment Program, or NSAP-7, under the National Fisheries Research and Development Institute and Before 7, she continues to enhance research data and support fisheries management initiatives. Let's all welcome Ms. Joanne.
Pleasant morning to everyone. Pasensya na at medyo husky yung voice ko for today. I have cough. So, our project under the DA Biotech lasted for only a year. So, we have during this project life, we only focus our efforts on the improvement of the hatchery protocols that will be beneficial for our stock enhancement initiative in the future. Or actually, we already started, but our stock enhancement initiative is not yet really conclusive as to its impact. So the following are the recommendations that we came up with this study. So first is we observed that with rearing the blue swimming crab, the baseline temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. We achieved higher survival in our experimental setup at this temperature degree. So we tested from 29 degree, 30, 31, and 32. Although the higher temperatures, temperature at 31 degree and 32 degree achieve bigger sizes of crablet, but higher survival was observed in at this temperature. Second recommendation of this project is when rearing, use bigger tanks of at least 10 tons capacity and enclose your production area to prevent atmospheric temperature fluctuation. So we observe that every time the atmospheric condition change from like in the morning it is sunny, but then in the late afternoon it will be suddenly raining. So because our production area before was open, and then we also tried to have it closed on the later part, and then we produced a much higher survival when we already enclosed our production area. Next recommendation is next. Situate our production in a crab producing area. So we also compared our production because during the last few months of our project implementation, we were hit by the typhoon Odette, so everything was really wiped out. So we after the typhoon, we moved from one hatchery to the other hatchery of BFAR, where we revive our hatchery operation just to continue with the project. But then that area wasn't a really naturally producing crop producing area, but so we couldn't understand why our production keep on crashing. So we believe, but it was also observed by Sir Randy Tuston that in his previous also initiative with producing producing hatchery reared BSC, it is never successful with those areas that are not really identified na mga crop producing areas. So maybe we could also study more into this. So these are just merely an observation that we had during our project implementation. And lastly, we need to improve the filtration system to prevent bacterial infestation that contributes to high mortality rate, especially from the transition of megalopa to instar. So in this stage, they are highly vulnerable to diseases, bacteria. So the common diseases that attack during larval weaving are the vibrio and the necrosis. So kung if ma-attack na sila, yun na talaga, they will die off instantly. And then so we need to really take care of our water parameter. So it is very important in sustaining higher survival of our hatchery culture. And then with this study, di ba may inaano sana natin, kino-compare sana natin if our production has an impact, our stock enhancement initiative, because when we produce in the hatchery, we do not just leave it there. We disperse it into the areas around the hatchery. So those barangays around it. So we also monitored the production of that area in terms of landings of the landing catch of blue swimming crab. As from the time it before the project started up to the finish up to the project when the project was finished, and actually we still continue to monitor the area in terms of landing, just to see trends of our catch per unit effort, if it is decreasing or increasing. But sad to say, although we could say that from 2019 to 2021, we already saw a declining trend of CPUA, and then it got picked up from 2021 during the implementation of this project up to 2022. It already went up, but we couldn't say it is conclusive. So further efforts from BFAR in monitoring the CPUA will still be implemented up until now. So next one, that's why we encourage, next slide please. We encourage these studies to be further conducted. So first is the mark and recapture study. So we need to conduct mark and recapture studies to really say that the ones we put in back to the community, yung nire-release natin, yun ba talaga ang nag-contribute ng increase in production, if ever, kung ma-recapture natin siya. So how will we do that? So, or how will we know that those crabs found in this area are really the ones we planted? Posible din kasi na nag-migrate siya sa ibang neighboring neighboring places. So we will, in the conduct of this kind of study, malalaman natin yan. Second, second study that we should encourage to do is the tagging method of studies. Before the concept of this project, we actually talked with Smithsonian University, where and then they came here to show the tagging machine. It is a micro wire tagging machine, and then it will be planted at the back of the swimming leg, upper back of the swimming leg. It will be implanted in its muscle, so that if every time na magmo-molt yung, di ba yung crab, as they grow, they molt and grow and molt and grow. So hindi siya mawawala, it will still remain there, so that when we kung harvest time, i-check na naman natin if those crabs that came from the hatchery is really that one that we are catching. So those kind of methods of tagging we will explore. And then another one is site characterization studies for release area. So although we have tried already, like make an observation, what does the crablet behavior during when we release them, but those were just initial observations. So we need to further study in this area also. Next is, and the last one is, we need to do genetic studies related to release of stocks. So when we had our Blue Swimming Crab Summit in Iloilo, a representative from the Philippine Genome Center introduced us with what we call eDNA. So it's like environmental DNA. So those mucus, feces, any mga deposits that coming from the crabs or from the crab dripping, pwede nilang ma-match yung DNA doon with the DNA na yung nirelease natin. Kung sila ba rin yung nakakatch natin. So, it was really a nice, parang nilulook forward namin siya na hindi kami ang gagawa because we were not out, but we would like to collaborate in those kinds of projects. Like we will produce the crablet, and then in collaboration with they will do the So we really the purpose of this gathering is to help to let people know that these are the gaps that need to be addressed in order for us to move forward with stock enhancement, because we cannot just stock enhancement is a very expensive type of initiative. You will hire people, you will put up a facility, you will monitor, and then not knowing its impact would mean a failure to our efforts. So we would want our efforts to be converted to what is So by doing this study, maybe this would help us understand if this will is although by concept we know na may mga na-observe tayo around the release areas na dumami, but those are just observations that we cannot really conclude that it is coming from our efforts. So I think that's all, and I hope people from our online participants and in here would also consider having help in helping us to do those gaps, to finish to help us collaborate with those gaps in order to move forward with our in supporting our blue swimming crab industry. So I think that's all. These are our blue swimming crab innovators. These are the team from both BFAR and PACT that help in implementing this project. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Joanne. We would like to invite the other speakers, Ms. Libet and Mr. Toston, for the panel discussion. And I would like to invite Mr. Borromeo to moderate the panel discussion.
Okay. Good morning. May aga sa mga taga-Batayanon. May buntag. Magandang umaga and good morning sa mga Zoom participants. Pasensya, no? Kailangan ko magsalita in Tagalog kasi meron pong maraming nakikinig at nanonood po sa atin dito sa talakayan po na ito. So, maganda po yung mga sinasabi po ng mga moderators natin, yung mga presenters po natin. Kung meron po kayong mga tanong, pwede kayo magtanong. Kung meron po kayong kung nahihiya kayo mag-raise ng mga kamay ninyo, pwede naman siguro isulat, ano? Isulat lang at ibigay sa akin. Ako na yung magtatanong sa moderator. At saka yung mga Zoom participants natin, paano ba? May chat. Nakalista. Sige. So, meron bang gusto magtanong sa inyo? Sino pong gustong mauna na magtanong po?
Yeah. Simulan po natin, meron po tayong online question. From participant RG Lloyd Morales. I've noticed din po that on the diet aspect, medyo dependent po tayo sa bioavailable and naturally existing organisms na kinakain ng lampay. May mga nutritional interventions na po kaya na using feeds as an option po? May established na po kaya na nutritional requirement ng lampay? From metabolizers of energy to digestible.
Sa ngayon po, so far wala po. Wala po. Nag-follow lang tayo sa available na feeding scheme sa subject. Saka yung iba pa. G1 Samar. So, so, yun ang practice.
Alam. Magtatanong lang sana, sir. Ah, sir, pwede ba ho nating magawa ng paraan, kagaya po ng tuloy, saka yung na mayroong close season. Kasi po, meron pong mga lugar na wala pong ma-provide na paggawa ng mga technologies. Pero kung gawin po natin, gawa natin ng solusyon na mayroong close season, buong Pilipinas po. Kasi, overfishing kasi, sa maraming manghuli ng kasal, in 1 year kasi, unti-unti na lang yung natira. Pero kung gawa natin ng resolution na mayroong closing season, lahat po tayo ay maka-beneficio po. Yun lang po ang masasabi ko. Maraming salamat po. Cesar Nicapata po, Farmcy ng Bantayan po. Maraming salamat po.
So ako yung sasagot, no? Maganda po yung close season at aerial closure. Pero hindi po tayo basta-basta nakaka-implement ng ganong mga policies. Kasi meron po tayong binabasihan na science-based na data. So lahat ng nakikita nyo or naririnig na mga polisiya ay meron po yung nakasuporta na scientific data. At the same time po, bago po ma-implement yung mga ganyang mga policies, ay tinitingnan din po ng mga stakeholders at lalo na sa gobyerno kung ano ba ang magiging epekto sa hanap buhay ng mga mananagat. So maganda po yun dahil kayo mismo as a fisher ay kayo po mismo ang nag-voice out na dapat may ganun. So that's a good sign po.
I will also add to that question. Ang Bantayan is part of the FMA 11. So ang FMA 11 is composed ang fishing ground ng FMA 11 is Visayan Sea area, which is ito din po yung lugar kung saan nagpapa-close tayo ng close season tayo ng sardines, di ba? Di ba nagsimula na ngayon? Mag-open tayo sa February pa. So, isa sa mga napag-usapan doon sa management sa scientific advisory group na committee sa FMA 11 ay ang pwede nating gawin yon ang close season. Yun talaga ang sinasuggest sa base sa resulta po na ng pag-analysis ng mga data na nakukuha namin sa blue swimming crab. But then, yun, ngayon nasa proseso po tayo kaya tinitingnan pa namin kung ilan ba kaya ang mga mananagat, mangingisda na mamaapektuhan sa ganitong pulisiya at ano ang magiging hanap buhay nila in times na hindi kayo makakapag-fishing kasi ang alam ko yung blue swimming crab halos everyday may landing talaga. May mga lang pag hindi ka makakakuha ng na may season lang na to pag yung panahon hindi masama, di ba hindi kayo nakakakuha. But most of the time hindi siya dependent to seasonality. Parang every day halos kayo nakakakuha. So isa 'yon sa mga napag-usapan, sir. So I hope na kung darating tayo doon sa stakeholders consultation susuporta kayo sa mga ganong paraan ng pag-conserve ng ating mga resources. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat
Sir
po.
Joe, can I add? Hello.
Meron po, tanong?
Sir, can I add something sa yung sinabi?
Sige po.
Okay. Kasi regarding doon sa suggestion of closed season, actually meron tayong mga regulations na especially sa conservation and management ng blue swimming crab, and it's a matter of yung i-enforce yung kasi we have this joint administrative order series DADILG series number 1, which is yung na yun is how to protect yung natin sa crab. So yun yung natin kasi as now sa sinabi kasi na we really have to have a science based na evidence para we can implement yung closed season, no. So but then sa ngayon kasi meron tayong na existing na yung not really the ordinance, but then it's the regulation, especially yung pag-catch ng crab, yung sa kanyang size, at saka yung not allowing yung buried. So it's a matter of enforcement yung regulation. So I think as of now, we don't need pa yung closed season kasi meron tayong mayroong unless we have already the evidence na grabe na yun talaga yung crabs kasi sa ngayon kasi declining ang catch but not necessarily na mag-close season tayo pa sa crabs. Okay, thank you.
Mismo na magkaroon ng close season. Pero mangangailangan po ito ng matinding pag-aaral kasi may socio-economic implications po ito, lalo na sa mga isda on livelihood, no? Pero ang sinasabi doon ni Director Renata, baka at this point in time, nasa sa inyo din. Kasi baka sa enforcement ang o mismo sa mga mangingisda, may mga mandato kung ano ang hindi nyo pwedeng hulihin at ibalik sa dagat. Baka yun ang kailangan na i-enforce sa ating mga crabbers. Yun po. So meron pang mga tanong.
Ano? Ako sir, si Romeo Chavez, saka member sa association sa Papa. Ako lang sir, pangutana nga, bayan sa Bukaka, nga gi-implementa na ang balaod, pero wa ba pandaya ba? Huwag naghuli, huwag nag-check up sa mga nakita nga kadamo sa Bukaka nga makuha. Nga ina siya, gihimo naman ninyo ng balaod para sa kayuhan sang tibok. Nga mudamo pag nakasago ang Bukaka, magkapanan siya nga makapangitlusa sa madamo nga mga panahon. Kaya sa pagkasara sir, amo ra gyapon sa 10 kilos nga makuha nga Bukaka aralay na po ka kilo nga panon sa kwan sa hatchery. Abila ako ngay sir nga matiwa ko ta napagpanday ang balaod. Salamat.
I-translate ko lang ang sinasabi po natin ni Mr. Chavez ng Bapa ay yung tungkol sa buried na actually may policy yan na tungkol dyan na hindi dapat hulihin at ibalik sa dagat. Pero hindi nasusunod. Ginagawa pa rin ng marami yung paghuhuli niyan at binibigay sa mga processors, no? At tinatanggap. Sana ito po ay mahinto at masunod yung polisiya ng tama ho ba? May gusto mag-react sa inyo?
Hindi. Sir, hello. Tama po yan na dapat huliin na talaga ang kumukuha ng bukaka. Pero ang tanong ko, nagpa-follow ba talaga kayo kapag nanghuli kami? Baka hindi na makasustento yung jail na pakainin sa inyo. 'Di ba? 'Di ba meron tayong natandaan niyo yung Fisher Folk Day natin? Meron akong BSE talk. Anong naging problema nung BSE talk? Ano yung kung sino yung naka-remember? So naging problema, we tried to implement na manghuli talaga for buried crabs. Anong nangyari? Walang nagsasalita. So ang nangyari, nanghuli kami, naging stricto. Anong ginawa? Tinanggal lang yung chance para pagdating sa landing site, walang buried crabs. Pero kapag nag-stricto talaga kami, alam namin na tinanggal niyo yung chance. Pero dahil alam namin yung estado nyo sa buhay at we're considering sa livelihood nyo din, kaya meron tayong hatchery. Pero hindi ibig sabihin, pwede talaga kayong manghuli. No? Meron lang tayong mga disciplinary or yung tinatawag nating slowly lang na behavioral change. Hindi po kaya ng mananagat kasi ang mananagat ay poorest of the poor. Kaya nyo ba kapag hinuli kayo lahat? Baka si Mayor lang ang magpakain ng mga anak nyo. May paraan. Ang paraan po ay ibalik nyo talaga in your own heart. Yung mga buried crabs, ang holding cages ay medyo debatable po siya sa crab council natin sa Pinas. Kasi bakit tayo mag-implement din daw ng holding cages kung meron talagang pulisiya? Kasi kasi gumugulo yung mga usap-usapan. Bakit kami magbibigay ng holding cage? Nagpo-promote kami na maging okay lang kayo kumuha, di ba? So dapat, ang maging solusyon niyan, dapat kayo ibalik nyo sa dagat. Yun lang. And thank you.
Ayun. Ano po yung solusyon na sinasabi niyo? Kasi tama po yung solusyon niyo eh.
Ang ato lang ang tamam nga mapadamo pa ang mapalit ng mga bukaka para makabihon. Maparami pa ba? Maparami pa ang mapalit ng mga bukaka niya buhion para makamihon sa dagat. Ngayon, kung may paraan pa, kay sa pagkasara, sa 500 ka kilo nga bukaka, may nagani ang mabuhi sila nga 50 kilo sa ako pagpanit. Ako, dugay na ko mananagat. O sa ako kakilo nila sila mananagat. Kapag na mo'y bukaka, pupulihin kani. So nga, kung ipasabot nga, ara kung tayo perimeter sa balaod nga, sabangan nila mga bukaka nga madamo ang mapalit para makayagdag siya. Wala ma'am. Salamat.
So sinasabi niyo po na sana may paraan na nabibili yung bukaka at para maibalik. So sino yung bibili? LGU ba o processor ba? Diyan po. Ortega ng M5C.
Actually, yung tanong ba, what is the use of the ordinance kung di natin i-implement? Sampu laman siguro kinahanglan. Maybe 3 or 5 persons na makasuhan sila kasi nakahuli sila. Ang iba, wala na yan, paano din. So, siguro din, kasi kahapon, madugong issue na natakol ng farm scene bantayan regarding sa spear fishing during night time using compressor. Humingi sila na kailangan ibawal na yan. So, na-desisyonan na maggawa kami ng resolution sa farm scene, even though noong 1999, meron na kaming ordinansa na huwag ipahuli ang isda gamit ang compressor. So, sana implement ang yun. So, siguro, kasi doon sa amin, wala namang, may bumibili ng mga blue swimming traps kuha sa spearfishing, hindi naman patay. Hindi naman nila ito pinapana. So ang siguro para makatulong siguro ang PACP doon sa amin na mag-train, siguro magsigawa ng training na sa mga ganyan. If, for example, implement yung mabawal na yung spearfishing, so may alternative ang mga spearfishing divers doon sa likaran. So yun ang sabi niya, mas maganda yun. Kasi hindi binabawal ang pagkukuli ng mga yung peering crabs. So sana may bumibili ng ganyan. Kasi sabi niyo daw, ang mga fishermen are the forest of the world. So makatulong kayo yan. Maybe makakuha kayo sa iba pa mga institutions na meron silang capital na maka-invest sa mga ganyan upang matulungan din kaming mga maliliit na mga mangisda.
Yeah, so sinasabi ni Jan, i-enforce talaga yung rule. Pero, siyempre din, yung mga suggestion. Okay, sige, may mga tanong pa. Sa teknolohiya, may tanong. Okay, yes sir. Meron dali. May tanong muna sa online. So yung siguro Mr. Toston and si Joanne can answer kasi sa research ito eh. So na-observe daw niya, the question is from Joel Untalan. So na-observe daw niya na 15% lang ang survivability rate. So may iba bang methods in increasing the survivability? And then are you considering using omics technology? Siguro on knowing the microorganisms associated with the crab.
Sa ngayon, we use the technology that is existing that was published from both from CITEC and what was published also from Eastern Samar. So from there, we improve again the protocol in order to, kasi yung nagiging result ng study ni na Ma'am Nonita, they obtain a 9% survival. So comparing to that production to our production, we already have increased a few steps going up. So from 9 nagiging more than 15% na ngayon. But we achieved as much as 19%. Meron kaming nakuha na 19% survival. But when we averaged it for the entire year na production namin from per cycle, yun yung nakuha namin 15%. So up to now, we are still on the improvement. So this is not yet the end of refining the protocol. So anybody can try it out and still improve the technology in order for us to So with us, we tweak the temperature. So doon namin we think na nakuha yung that's why yung sa recommendation namin, yung parang ang pinaka-ideal niya na temperature for higher survival is at 30 degrees Celsius. So I think I would just like to add, yung technology kasi namin ay low cost po siya. As much as possible, we try it to be a low cost. Kasi we're planning to implement it in a local level. Hindi po siya as industrial level. Because it will be just, the stock enhancement is just to support while the management and the policies is being strengthened. Hindi po siya forever. Walang forever po. Ano lang po siya, supporting lang po siya for the policy making. Kasi kapag wala tayong support like the stock enhancement project, ay bababa at bababa ang ating mga production or ang ating mga catch. And then,
kahit kapag dumating tayo sa strengthened na talaga ang ating palisiya, wala na pong naiwan. Wala na tayong makukuha kasi pababa na. And then at the same time, I would also like to add na yung technology po namin, we recommended also na automatic po na nakaset talaga ang 30 degrees Celsius. So if anyone would like to improve, the base temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. Meron na kaming medyo, hindi naman medyo, na-prove namin na 30 degrees Celsius talaga ang base ng lahat ng ng hatchery for the blue crab. So baka pwede kayong mag-focus dun sa salinity while maintaining the 30 degrees Celsius. So yun lang po.
Sir Randy, meron ka gusto sabihin? Nasabi na daw. Sir. So, may buntag na my name is Ace from itanong ko lang po ang Garcia regarding to natin. Kung annually nilalagay po ba siya or at saka pwede po ba siyang magamit with other purposes or fish research for tagging also?
Actually, I think yes, kasi yung ini-insert na, it is a machine. Yung machine, parang box siya na machine na may mga needles. Yung needles niya, pinipid siya ng micro wire. So, parang automatic siya pag press mo, parang automatic siya na mag-cut na very tiny, like 1 mm or less, point something mm, na mai-inject siya doon sa shoulder, yung parang sa loob, sa swimming leg, doon sa base ng swimming leg. So parang doon siya mababaon sa yung parang drumstick na muscle ba. Then, di ba, you will let it grow in the field. So, then after a few months, example, after 8 months, let's assume na nakuha natin yun ulit. So that crab will be subjected to parang machine na naman that will detect, parang metal detection machine ba, kasi metal yung nakabaon doon, so it will make a sound like magbi-beep siya. We haven't seen the katong machine na magde-detect, but we have seen the micro tagging machine. The Smithsonian University who came to visit us before the lockdown showed how to do it. So parang ang requirement kasi nila na hinihingi sa amin that time was yung 2 centimeter na sizes ng crab leg. So at that time, hindi pa nag-start kasi start lang sana noon ng project, but then the pandemic came. So parang na-hinder siya for another year. So, and then there was also a problem with yung kasi parang kukuha din sila ng samples dito in which the Philippines would not allow like genetic samples. So I think yun kasi sana dapat ang usapan na para mag-study din sila. So it did not pursue, but I think the machine is parang pwede mo siyang ma-purchase. I think that time it was worth $500,000, yung yung tagging machine. So I hope maybe that if maybe may mga nakikinig online who has would lead us to a brand or an agency, an institution that is using the same machine, maybe we could do collaboration in the future. As to if pwede ba siya sa fish or that I haven't no. So I think we could search it up kung may mga related literatures as to ginagamit ba yung microwire tagging for other fish species.
Follow-up question po. May follow-up question lang ako kay Mr. John. After you submitted the recommendations sa DA Biotech Program Office, so what are your plans ba? After this, will you be proposing another project so that you can use kung ano mang pwedeng biotech applications to enhance yung, stocking density kasama ko. Yeah.
For now, sir, yung interest namin is to really get a parang proof as to our effort is really working. So, doon muna kami siguro mag-focus on the yung impact assessment ba kung nakukuha ba namin talaga yung nilalagay namin. So, more on yun yung magiging follow-up ng other than so, ito yung mga sinabi kong tagging, marker capture methods or mga genetic methods, yun lang yung magiging paraan, yun yung magiging paraan kung makuha natin yung magiging impact ng ating stock enhancement initiative. For now, we could always kasi hindi naman siya namin hinihinto sa BFAR, sir. So we can still keep on producing the crablet for stock enhancement. So dinidisperse pa rin namin siya sa iba't ibang doon sa Bohol man lang muna kami. Ngayon, with our new hatchery here in Bantayan, we hope to duplicate the production, this technology na ang makinabang naman is Bantayan kasi dito talaga yung center ng crab fishing natin. So kaya dito namin kinonduct itong activity para ma-aware din kayo na ito na pala ang nangyayari sa hindi lang pala ang BFAR nananakit ng mga illegalista. So we also do this for you. We find ways na easier din sa atin lahat na ma-replenish natin what is lost in our resources. Gusto ko lang i-add, although we don't have conclusive conclusive na results, but then based on our talks or our interviews with the local fishers dun sa Opay, after or during the dispersal time, dumadami talaga yung mga crablets nila compared sa wala pang hatchery. But then the problem there is that hindi masyadong stricto ang kanilang LGU. Marami pa ding kumukuha ng maliliit. So, we have those kind of results actually if meron bang impact in increasing at least the crablet level lang muna. But then, hindi siya significant. Wala siyang significant difference kasi nga, kinukuha pa rin yung maliliit. But then, here in Bantayan, we have another technology, we call it tile hatchery. It's just the hatching tank. Diba? Everyone noticed that there is a big difference in their catch. So, in our data, merong increase of CPUE. Nag-increase before and after, it increased into 0.60 kilogram or almost 1 kilo. So, mga 600 grams ang increase ng nakuha per day compare sa wala pa yung hatching tank. So, yun lang po.
Pero po, yes ma'am.
Mga ilan po yung mga iba-ibang pinanggalingan nyo? Iba-ibang areas. Ilang areas po kayo represented? Bantayan lang po, o within Bantayan. Kasi ang akin pong iniisip, meron pa tayong iba-ibang klase ng parang kung sa ano ay varieties or strains ng yellow, ay, ng blue crab. Kasi parang pwede nating makita na yung may species na specify natin na ito talagang variety na to ang mas mataas umani, mas mataas mag-increase ng weight, kung food production. So, isa lang po ba yung klaseng blue crab natin o may iba-ibang varieties? Ano sa tingin nyo? Magkakamukha ba sila? Baka magkakapatid lang? O talagang magkakaiba?
Actually, ma'am, yung ini-export natin is only the blue swim crab. Yun siya ang parang focus doon sa ganong species. Kasi parang na-proven siya na masarap, it's taste-wise. But then, there are other species that are available here in Bantayan. Ano yung makapal na yung plasan, yung isa, nakalimutan ko. Basta yung makapal na may mga tinik-tinik, oo. So, yun din, di ba? Pero it's not that much compared to the blue green crab. So, yung in terms of volume, ano lang yun, bycatch lang yung mga ano. Kasi parang deep water, siya, species. Yung nasa dito sa shallow, oo, yun talaga yung blue swim crab.
Salamat po. Meron pa akong mga tanong online? Wala. Meron? Meron question about yung cannibalism sa Instar. How do you address that one?
NCR pa po. Sige po, i-try ko pong sagutin. Ano po yung question? Meron po, kasi ang crab naman talaga in general, hindi lang Portunus pelagicus, carnivorous po siya. So, whenever you try to culture or mag-rear ng mga blue swim crab, meron talagang cannibalism. That's why we put the black net to give them a shelter dun sa tank. And the stocking density po, meron kaming standard density na nilalagay per 1,000 liter ata ng water. Makikita niyo po dun sa sa brochure.
Okay. Issue on cannibalism. So to minimize cannibalism sa stocks natin, kailangan may pagkain ang crablets natin. Kailangan may ready na pagkain parang available 3 to 4 times a day. So, wag yung kaisa lang ang feeding kasi iba-iba ang molting time nila. So, yung ibang nag-molt na, yun ang kakainin pag gutom na ang iba. So, kailangan kung gutom na siya, may pagkain para ma-minimize ang cannibalism. So, pagkain lang ang ano dyan para tataas ang survival.
May follow-up question is, siguro yun sa survivability din ng nasa Instar stage. Are you considering exploring using of synbiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics?
Okay. Okay, pwede. 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 Kasi probiotic. Applicable lahat yan. Not yet. Okay. Kasi sa bangos, meron na probiotic ginagamit. So, pwede din yan sa crab.
So, yes ma'am. We have type blue silaten.
Actually, may binanggit si Ma'am Joanne kanina na yung, ano yun, yung areas which are not growing crabs, no? Crab growing and non-crab growing areas. How do you make a non-crab growing area to become a crab growing area? Para po dun sa mga nakikinig sa atin sa virtual. Para kahit hindi sila nag-grow, baka they can transform their fields or their coastline to make a crab growing area.
As to converting a non-crab growing area to a crab growing area, I think it's still a question. But what we can recommend is yung ano kasi namin is for restocking. So we observe that when we try to produce the hatchery ba ma'am, so kukuha kami doon sa mga, di ba, ang water niya na pinagkukunan ng mga for hatchery operation is still coming from those from that fishing ground, So yun ang ibig namin sabihin doon. But then as to release naman, sa stocking naman, we cannot really like release, that's why I suggest yung site characterization for release, because naturally crabs are borrowing yan sila, kaya gusto nila yung substrate na medyo sandy muddy na substrate, because they if there is a predator, they would burrow themselves, and then they will also hide in the and feed on the available mga seagrass leaves. Yun yung mga settlement area nila. So isa yon. So hindi lang kami, kaya mag-establish din kami ano ba talaga ang pinaka-suitable na release site for this crablet. Kasi we did observe during our release na at the moment na after mo i-acclimatize siya sa dagat, ano talaga siya, lalangoy talaga siya, at saka maglilib-lib doon sa mga under the seagrass, ganyan, tatago talaga siya kasi nang liit pa niya, para siyang pagkain na pinifeed mo sa mga malalaking doon. So magbo-borrow siya, magsisik talaga siya ng mga canopies in order to hide itself from the predator.
Mag-add lang ako sa site na yung para bang walang crabs doon, mag-proceeding tayo doon para magiging crab producing machine. So, ang sagot ko dyan is katulad ng scallop, para siyang site specific. Dito lang yan sa Bantayan. Kung ang scallop dalhin natin doon sa Bohol, parang hindi siya mabuhay. So parang kasi makita natin yan pag yung crabs, pag spawn siya in natural environment, disperse yan kasi dalhin yan sa alon kahit saan-saan. Pero yung mga site, yung mga areas na sa mga fisher folk, doon lang nila may areas na doon lang nila makuha yung maraming crabs talaga. So hindi lahat siguro dito sa Bantayan na may crabs. So site specific siya. Kasi kung may crabs, so may pagkain. May pagkain siya doon. So yung habitat niya, yung substrate niya doon, okay. Pwede siya doon.
Also, I would like to remind na yung technology po natin is focusing on the stock enhancement. But if you want to produce the blue swimming crab in the area na hindi siya producing, possible naman po siya. But then, the question is it cost effective for a business? Yan lang po.
May question dito sa online natin from Zoom, from Early Lim. Siguro si Beth ang makasagot dito. Acceptable na daw ba ang biotech enhanced crabs in the international market, if you know anything about? I think dito sa Pilipinas wala pa di ba? Kasi you're still doing the baseline study
Thank you for that wonderful question, Charot. So, kung itatanong nyo, acceptable ba yung mga enhanced? Like sa mga baka, sa mga baboy, mga AI, mga ganyan. Last month, may meeting ako. I talked with the MSC, the Marine Stewardship Council officer ng Asian Pacific. So I asked, what's the standard na maging acceptable ang stock enhancement? So the only standard that they gave is that wala kang genetically hindi siya enhanced. So the stock enhancement that we're doing is acceptable under MSC kasi we're just saving the egg. We're not culturing, hindi natin kinukuha yung mga babae at lalaki tapos parang pinaparis-paris natin sila, yung mga ganyan. Hindi siya maging acceptable sa MSC. But if you're talking about the market, the sustainable market, hindi siya magiging acceptable. But if you're talking about the general market, na kahit saan, merong mga general market talaga na hindi concern ang sustainability, mas concern sila dun sa money, then meron, sa profit, then meron talagang market. But again, huwag tayo dun sa market na yon. Kasi ang mga mahihirap, lalong mahihirap. Kasi sila, mga businessman sila, meron silang maraming options. Wala silang pakay po.
Okay. Meron pa ho? Good morning. Alin dyan, patwal pa, hindi rin kaya na stock na 30%. At tanong ko lang po kung ilang porsyento po ba ang napupunta sa local market at saka sa export? Yun lang.
So, bantay lang ka, charot. Nagtatanong-tanong ako sa mga enumerators recently kung ano ba talaga ang percentage ng local market and then doon sa international market. So, kung itatanong nyo, ang percentage ng international market, specifically doon sa mga malalaki, ay 100%. Ang mga maliliit, kung ma-observe nyo kapag namimili kayo ng mga kasag, yun ang maiiwan sa local market. Kaya, again, importante yung sustainability. Kasi, ang mayayaman lang ang nakakatikim ng masarap na kasag. Ang mga mahihirap, mga reject. Totoo, di ba? Oo, yun lang.
Unless mag-reserve ba mo. Sige. Meron pa ho? Meron ba? May oras pa naman tayo. I think we have 5 minutes. May question dito about the barnacles that can affect yung ano no. Dito ba sa Bantayan meron or what areas na ang medyo prevalent yung impact yung ano ng barnacles daw na that can affect blue crab production?
Wala. Hindi tayo naka-experience yan actually. Kasi ang filtered ang ano natin. Filtered ang water. Barnacles kasama yan sa oyster. Mga tropopores yan. So ma-filter yan.
Okay? Marami po. Yung iba kasi online question na sagot na ni yung si director ano sinagot na niya personally. Okay, so if we do not have any questions anymore, maraming salamat sa mga online participants. Maraming salamat sa inyo at papabigyan po natin sila ng so before they sit down, may mga last reaction kayo.
Yes, those who are interested to collaborate with us in any way, like we are already producing this crablet, so you can help us kung meron man kayong naisip na pwedeng ikakatulong to enhance the production or to help us with the uh, monitoring our kanang stock enhancement effort. So do contact us. It's so easy to find our RD Ruinata in our website, the BFAR7. So you can always write a letter or call us to make a collaboration for for anything that we could offer. Also for our online viewers, you can scan this crab, ang tiyan ng crab, scan using Google Lens or any scanning sa online, and you can have the e-copy of our brochure of the technology.
Dito sa kadali. Nakulatan man. Tagalog na ako bago Bisaya. So, maraming salamat sa mga participants natin online and dito sa Bantayan. Yung Lucy crabs po ay dito sa mga napaka-importante commodities sa Pilipinas. Malaki po yung naidudulot ito na export revenues. So, kailangan talaga bantayan. At Bantayan is actually one of the main sources of blue swimming crab. So, magbibisaya lang ako, pasensya sa mga online, dali lang, allow me to speak in the local language. Nagkasalamat dito na nag-anim mo direktra. Kung inyong nabantayan, dito sa Bantayan, may aral na kita na hatchery. Correct? Sino nagkat sa hatchery? Kita niya. Ang hatchery, 2 years, kani hatchery, since 2016 pa rin siya, i-conceptualize, karoon na siya na nahimo. Finally, it is here. No? Swerte ang taga-Bantayan sa hatchery. Why? Number one, for the first time, mismo ang USEC sa Fisheries and mga kadagkuan sa BFAR ni karin diri sa Bantayan para sila witness unsa ang naa sa hatchery. Giunsa na sa pagpadagan. O ilan nakita sa operations nila Randy na ang hatchery sa Bantayan pwede himuon og modelo. Model siya pagpadagan ng hatchery na ma-share sa other LGUs na doon na hatchery in the Philippines. Muna ang first legislated hatchery operational in the Philippines. Why is it important para sa ato diri sa Bantayan? Because kaning hatchery, aside sa bangus karon ang naihatch, ang usa sa mga istoryahan namo ni Mayor Art 2 years ago, ni Alex, na usa sa mga buhatonon aning hatchery, ang stock enhancement. Na may style na gihimo sa na hatchery. Pero kani atong hatchery, mo yung mudungag sa stock enhancement program sa blue swimming crab. So, once na operational ta,
mo double siguro, mo triple siguro yung volume sa ah, blue swimming crab na atong i-enhance o stock sa dagat. So, pero, so di palagi, walay forever. Kasi pasabot sa walay forever. Kung dili ta mangundang sa atong mga practices na gidili na nato, maski unsaon nato og stock, mahurot ra gyapon na, di ba dyan? Di ba? Mahurot ra gyapon na. So, inaton ta na kamo naggikan na sa inyo ha ang issue naka-recognize mo. No matter what we do to stop ang dagat, and kita nakabalo na ta unsay nagtabo sa dagat. So dapat lang na dili na maghulat sa munisipyo kay labad na kanang ulo ni Alex. Dili ko sa likod, no? Ako pinalang ganggal. Pwede labad na sa uloan na unsaon pag-enforce. Ang enforcement dapat dili magikan sa ilaha. Ang enforcement asa magikan? Ha? Diyan? Sa atoa. Sa mananagat. Di ba? Kita. Kay ato magundang diha ta nakuha o ganap buhay. Panginabuhi, diha ta nakuha. Kita rin po yung daot sa ato panginabuhi. Kung dili ta mo muunta. Di ba? Unsa may solusyon. Ang solusyon din ani. Naana may hatchery. Tay, sige naman. Sulti palagi ganina na maayo ang resulta sa Thai hatchery. Naanay umalabot na stock enhancement program gikan sa atong legislated hatchery. Mo double or mo triple. Kung sundon lang ginato ang balaod, kanang gi-double o gi-triple, siyempre mudaghan man na, di ba? Mudaghan man na. Kaya gidungagan man nato. Gidungagan man nato ang stock sa dagat. So kung sige na dagan, katong mga bukaka na dapat dili nato dakpot, ibalik sa dagat. Over time, over a period of time, mudaghan po na. Mathematics, 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 4 times 4. Inana naman ito. So tagaan na ito na section na musucceed. Siguro 1 year from now, 1 year from today, na nako-operate na ta sa atong hatchery, sa sigitag stock. 1 year from today, makita na to na nga ato mga produce, mga dagko na. Nabalik na to. Let's take care of bantayan. Bulahan ta diri sa bantayan. Kaya naapo diri, naamang naglingkod ko sa board, governing board sa NFRDI. I'm a governing board member of NFRDI. Nag-board meeting mi kagahapon. And during the board meeting, mismo si Yusek Lucila Bayate, ang among chairman, nagsulti siya na kamo diha, Jong, kamo diha sa Bantayan, swerte kayo mo. Kay naa diha sa inyo ha ang pinakangilngig na mga tao sa hatchery. Mauna silang randi. Sa tibuok Pilipinas, usa sa mga center na pinakamaayo sa tibuok Pilipinas in terms of hatchery, kanang grupo nilang randi na gikan sa Bohol. Mauni sila ang manage sa atong hatchery diri sa Bantayan for the next 2 years. Na ay technical management sila before i-turn over na sa LGU. The LGU later on, after 2 years, will take over the management sa hatchery. But naatay 2 years na atong learning. I encourage everybody to learn from its hatchery operation.
Importante ni, dili lang bangus. Ang bangus na makita naman ninyo ang success bangus dyan, di ba? Ato ng padaghanon ng bangus, sunod, karon ato padaghanon ang blue swimming crabs. And kanang blue swimming crabs, stock enhancement to enroll na. Pag-produce lang ng LGU, ibalik sa dagat. At the benefit sa inyong mananagat. So, later on, kanang mga high value na species, tamaan ng siko cover. Ito kani, puntayan ng siko cover? Biyak. Abalon, si Abalon. Lapas. Endemic pa na nato din, di ba? O yan, medyo nawala-wala sa tuwa din eh. Lapas nawala pero na biyak. So, mahit na. Kaya kita rin magyapon ng overfish. Di ba? So, let's stop the overfishing, take care of our resource. Because naanabot tayo plano na kanang biyak ato na po nang i-develop again, and we will also give it back to you as additional livelihood for export. So dili lang ang blue swimming crabs ang inyong export commodity na ay incoming na cucumber na perting mahala. So i-develop and we will take care of that the way that ang atong gihimo sa bangus. Ang bangus, by the way, kwenta ni Mayor sa bangus, no? Kung fully operational na atong bangus, kabalo ba mo kung pila ang kwarta na mabalik sa bantayan? Nakabalo ba mo? Lahat kung naminaw mo sa atong Mayor, how much ang kanang bangus na tungod ani hatchery? How much ang pwede ibalik sa bantayan? 500 million pesos. That is an industry na i-develop natin sa bangus. Kanang 500 million peso na halin na revenue, ibalik na sa bantayan in terms of local economy. Bangus man na, wala pa'y labot ang blue swimming crabs, wala pa'y labot ang biyak o uban pa. Naapay seaweeds na among itutukan ni Sir Alex na ibalik ang seaweeds dyan. Sige na miksturya karon sa NFRDI na ang bantayan himuon o Center for the Development of Next Gen Propagules. So first generation na diri na ang sisyokulto. Muna na ang sagot sa atong ipangayo na wala na ISAAA. Okay? So muna ang mga plano sa atong mayor for swertita na naatay mayor na visionary. Ang iyang gitanaw ang production, but not at the expense of overfishing or damaging our marine resources. Ibalik na ito na ang kaabunda sa atong kadagatan. Morning, tabang na ito sa atong mayor sa aquaculture, hinaot unta na through this program, no, tagaan. Diyan, kamu mo empower sila, palihog lang ko tayo. Mga empower sila, no. You meet among yourselves, kapoy na kaayo na mong enforce taga, no, unta, ang empowerment pa. Empowered na mo enforce inyo kagalingon. Hindi kami, butanaw ninyo kada adlaw na ngano sino dako pa ning bukatan niyo na ito na. You are empowered. You know what to do. Now we are helping you, but there is no forever if you do not help yourself. So let us allow us the kamo mismo to help yourselves para kana ninyo mga solusyonan na ay solusyon gihimo ang munisipyo. Atong okay? MPRMC? Yes, John. Sige. Okay. Separate meeting MPRMC. Mag-story na. But, Kamo mag-export sa kadagatan, kay ba mo sa solusyon? Dapat one step forward. The step forward is act on the solution. Yun. Okay? So daghang salamat. Si Mayor di mo karikaron kay padulong siya og Iloilo pero nag-extend si Mayor Art og may pasalamat din ito na o dapat at least nakita ninyo kung sa direction nato sa panagad. Okay. Sa lahat, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bonomea, for your closing remarks. So we would like to ask everyone to like and follow our new Facebook page, fb.com/ISAAA Pinoy Biotek. So please follow our page. And we would also like to thank Mr. Mario, Ms. Joanne, and Mr. Warren for helping us organize this event. And we would like to thank everyone who attended the seminar.